أنا اسمي عصام هدهور من سوريا. كنت عايش بسوريا. كان عندي ماما شوكولا، عندي عمار، عندي مستودعات كانت بسوريا. كنت أنا عايش حياة طبيعية الحمد لله، يعني منيحة كانت. بس الحرب أتت عليها، دمرت كل شيء.
Hello, my name is Tariq Haddad. I'm 24 years old. I was born in Damascus. Damascus is the capital of Syria. It's considered the oldest city in the world. I was living with my family before the war in 2011. My family consists of 7 members. We were living in the southern suburbs of Damascus. And we were living the whole family, like us and my grandmother. My grandmother was in the basement and we were in the first floor. My uncles were in the second floor. We were living such a beautiful life before 2011, before the war started. Everyone before the war has a bright future. I was planning to be a doctor. I was going back from my university and I saw my brother, he was cleaning the car. And I said to him, I will join you because maybe it seems it was really dirty car. So I joined him and we were cleaning the car and a mortar rocket hit near us. I just looked to my brother. I said, Ahmad, please can you say something? I just need to make sure that you are alive. He said. He didn't reply the first time. I asked him next time, Ahmed, please say something that you can do something, reaction please. He moved his hand. Then I knew that he is alive. But we were not able to say anything because of the dust in the air, because of the explosion. And we could not be able to hear anything. We hurried to the house, and at that moment I said to my family, this is the time to leave. I can't afford that to lose anyone of my family because I need to do medicine. It's not time to do medicine. It's time to survive.
المعمل راح، ما بعرف عنه شيء. هاجرت على لبنان.
Our house in southern suburbs was stolen and then was burned and then was bombed by the plane. No one knows how these people are thinking, why they stole the house and then they burned it and then they bombed it. I don't think what we did to these people just to do things for us like this. And then the factory was destroyed completely.
بعدة نكهات كانت عنا نحن، وكان عنا اسم نحن مشهور بسوريا، وكنا نصدر على الدول العربية، كنا نصدر على الأردن، على اليمن، على لبنان، على العراق. كله هذا كانت يعني أمور يعني منيحة يعني كانت معنا.
No one can imagine how refugees are living in refugee camps. Because we arrived in the winter, and in the winter the degree in Bekaa Valley in the night, it reaches -10 in Bekaa Valley, and the refugees were living in just a tent without any heating system. I was able to hear, the Syrian refugees' children, they were screaming from the pain of the cold. I didn't hear anyone was screaming because of the cold in my life, even if I worked so much in the Syrian hospitals, but I didn't know that anyone was screaming of the cold. So you can't imagine how this was painful.
أهل كندا استقبلونا استقبال كتير يعني شعب طيب، ارتحنا كتير أول ما جينا يعني.
You can't imagine how the Canadian government prepared for this campaign. They were such a professional officers by the IOM, the International Organization of Migration, and the Canadian officers and the Canadian physicians, they were full prepared for this big mission, just to make sure that the Syrian refugees will come to Canada in a comfortable way and safely to arrive safely. They asked me on the plane, do you speak English? I said, yes, but my English is broken. They said, oh, your English is very good, and because you know English, so you are invited to be interviewed at Toronto Airport by the Governor General. I said to them at that moment, who is the Governor General? I didn't know actually the position of what does this mean in Canada, the Governor General. Because I signed the papers to be interviewed by the Governor General in Toronto Airport, I was the first who landed from the plane. We were the second plane who arrived in Canada with the Syrian refugees. So I think that my number was around 500 Syrian refugees who arrived here in Canada. When I arrived to Toronto Airport, I was the first to land from the plane, and I saw so many Canadian officers in the two sides. They were cheering me, and they were saying, welcome to Canada, sir, welcome to Canada. They were shaking hands, and I felt myself at that moment like I'm the Prime Minister. I hope that the Prime Minister won't see this video.
Antigonish is a small community in Nova Scotia. It's home to a university that just about doubles the town's population every school year. It's also home to a group of big-hearted Canadians who, like thousands of others across the country, came together to help sponsor a Syrian refugee family. Thanks to their leadership in their community at the beginning of this year, the Haddad family arrived in Antigonish from the refugee camp in Lebanon that had been their home for the past 3 years. Here's where things get interesting. Back home in Damascus, the Haddads had owned a successful business, a chocolate factory that employed 30 people. And when they arrived in Nova Scotia, after getting acclimatized, because Canadian winters are pretty much what you'd expect, they started to look for opportunities to rebuild their business and to rebuild their lives. And step by step, with the support of their community, they did just that. By May, their home-based business was doing so well that they were able to donate their profits to the Canadian Red Cross to help out with relief efforts in Fort McMurray, right on the other side of the country, which had been hit hard by wildfires. The Haddad said that they knew what it felt like to flee their countries and flee their homes and lose everything, and they wanted to help by giving back what they could.
I went downstairs from the airport and I saw a group of 13 maybe or 15 people. They were waiting and they were carrying signs by my name in Arabic and in English, and they were saying, welcome to Canada, welcome to Canada. I was going downstairs and I saw the signs, but I didn't think that this is for me. I thought that this is for someone else because I don't know any one of them. When I arrived, they said to me, are you Tariq? I said, yes, but I'm sure that I'm not Tariq who you are searching for. They asked, are you Tariq Haddad? I said, yes. He said, we are waiting for you. It was really the moment of my life. It really touched my heart when I met this group of people. They called SAFE. They make me really feel safe in this new country. I couldn't imagine that how these people were working before I came, were doing so hard job just to make me comfortable when I arrived. They didn't know me. They didn't know anything about me, regardless of my religion, of my background, of everything about me, but they worked very hard to receive me and to make me comfortable here in Canada, to receive me and my family. When they arrived here, we received them at Halifax Airport, and they said to me, after the first week here in Antigonish, they said the first week here it erased 3 years of suffering in Lebanon, 3 years of suffering in the refugee camps and living in a big jail. They called it big jail in Lebanon because they were not able to do anything. They started a fresh life here, and Safe Group, the sponsorship group, were dealing in such a professional way. Like they received more than thousands of refugees, but we were the first family who arrived here. So I was shocked how these people were organized, and the big coordination between the committees. They established so many committees.
هلا نحن يعني بوضع يعني افضل بكثير كمان مما كنا عليه، يعني الحمد لله. بلبنان نحن كمان اشتغلنا بس بإطار مصغر كثير يعني بلبنان. أما وقت جينا لهون صاروا يشجعونا على إنه نشتغل، وعم ندرس هلا نتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية هون عشان نتعايش مع الوضع اللي نحن فيه. إن شاء الله منيح بإذن الله تعالى. هذا كل شيء لحد الآن اللي وصلنا له، وإن شاء الله بتشوفونا بأفضل من هيك لسه.
My plan is here is to help my father to set up the business. We started our business so fast here. He arrived in January, and we were talking about the business in February. He's such a hard work man. So he doesn't like the idea to stay in the house and to stay most of the time relaxing. He likes to work. So many people, when they asked us, what would you like to do, how would you like to start the business, they supported us. They brought the materials, they brought everything we need to start making chocolate at our house. We started to go to the Antigonish winter market. They did big marketing for us before we got here. So Antigonishers were really so excited to test our chocolates. In our first day in the winter market, the Antigonishers came from everywhere in Antigonish and the county just to taste the chocolate. We made few of chocolates, but the people who came, they were more than 4 times of that chocolates we made. So it was really big, encouraging start for me and for my father to complete in this way, because we thought that this is our opportunity and this is the time really to start the business here in Canada.
ومنيحة كندا، والله يسر معنا إنه اشتغلنا بالشوكولا ورجعنا ردينا هون، وهلا بدأنا بعمل جيد يعني، ساعدونا هن الله يجزيهم الخير يعني بكل شيء يعني، والأمور الحمد لله ماشية منيحة كتير يعني، وعم نشتغل بالشوكولا. نحن بنشتغل بجميع أنواع الشوكولا، السائلة والضيافة والبلاك، كلهم بنشتغل نحن فيه. الحمد لله يعني هلا إن شاء الله من هيك للأحسن كمان بإذن الله. بقى نحن كنا بسوريا كنا نصنع الشوكولا السائلة نوتيلا، مثل النوتيلا بنكهات عدة، وكنا نشتغل حبة الضيافة كنا نشتغلها بالبندق وباللوز والفستق الحلبي.
I would like to just through this to thank everyone who helped us, because without the support and the kindness, when we arrived here, we had nothing. When we arrived to Toronto airport, we were really worried and anxious who we will meet, and how our life is going to be here. All the doors were open, all the options were open, and there are so many possibilities. But then when we arrived here, and the town of 5,000 without the students and 10,000 with Santa Fe students, I know that everyone has his fingertip and touch in our life here. When he donated, when he arranged the house, when he just was involved in a committee, in the education, the healthcare, the integration in daily basis life, and the job and the employment committees. All these committees work very hard in the sponsorship group, in SAFE group. I would love to thank them all. Not only SAFE group who helped us, they did a great job. Antigonian Shores, all the Antigonian Shores, SAFE is just an image about how Antigonian Shores are welcoming, how they are kind, and how they love to help the newcomers. 50 volunteers helped my father to set up his factory again. The family started the business in the kitchen, in the house, and someone told my father that it will be some time in the future when you will remember that you started in the kitchen, in the house. Then we moved to the little lovely factory. We just arranged a lovely grand opening for the Antigonian Shores, and we received much more friends than we expected. It was a lovely moment when everyone from this town joined us to celebrate this success. It's just like an image, and this factory will just show the others how it come up with when the volunteers, when the kindness, and when the hearts, they come all together to help and support.
Last month, just 8 months after arriving in Canada, the family realized their dream and opened a small chocolate factory in their new hometown. It's called Peace by Chocolate. And you can follow them on Facebook.
ونحن يعني نتشكر الحكومة الكندية كلياتها على هالشيء اللي عم تقدم لنا اياه. يعني نحن يعني كثير نحن وعائلتي هلا هون موجودين. هلا نحن نتشكر كل مين ساهم معنا بإنشاء هالمعمل الصغير، يعني فرانك صاحب البيت وزوجته، ونتشكر كل مين ساهم معنا بإنشائه، يعني كل العالم هون شعب طيب وشعب بيحب المساعدة وبيحب انه يمشي يتعاطف مع الشعب السوري، لانه الشعب السوري كثير يعني تأثر بهالوضع اللي وصلنا له نحن. وما يعني نتشكر كمان النجارين اللي اشتغلوا معنا، ونتشكر الكهربائية والصحية والكل كلياته هون. يعني منيحة كثير كانت، يعني هاللفتة من هالعالم كلها هون. ونحن يعني منا عرفانين شو بدنا نقول لهم، لانه هن يعني كثير يعني انه ساعدونا هون بالبلد. وهالبلد جوها حلو وهي منيحة يعني. وشكرا.